a moment where something failed and you had to respond on the spot?
Last year when we were doing our testing, there was some really devastating floods in Valencia, which is where we were all heading in about 48 hours time. So, and the track was all torn up. The city was, you couldn't reach it at all. We had 48 hours for the entire event. Every team, every person in Formula E and all the freight had to be moved from Valencia to Madrid. They managed to secure a spot at the track there. So we had 48 hours to completely change all the plans, rebook hotels, catering, flights. We had people coming from all around the world. I had to try and get all that sorted as soon as we can. Formula E themselves also had the issue of getting all of our freight that had already arrived there to move. We had our truck driver was in Valencia. You're trying to weigh up safety issues as well. You don't want to put people in a position, that's going to be detrimental to them. But yeah, just weighing up all your options. We succeeded. Everything went really smoothly. It was actually really good work from everyone involved. Formula E did an amazing job. Everyone got there. It was a bit of a late night, but yeah, by the next day, everyone had a plan and we all arrived within 48 hours and to our new track and set up and went. It was good.
That's incredible. What were like the main blockers or the main challenges that kind of happened?
One of the hardest things was Madrid's obviously a very busy city anyway, trying to book 5,000 to 10,000 people into the city now in hotels without rebooking. Normally, I'll book the hotels over a year in advance for everything, make sure we get the best rates, make sure there's enough room. Obviously couldn't do that. I think we were spread over 4 different hotels, and it was one of those situations where as I was booking, they were selling out and you're just kind of getting what you can, trying to get everyone as close to each other as possible. Managed to get all that sorted. The next was then getting the flights. Luckily, being a main city in Spain, there was lots of options, not necessarily the ones that I've all chosen, but we managed to get everybody there. We're actually one of the most spread out teams. A lot of teams are all based in one central location. Probably only a third of our team come from Banbury. We have people living in Italy, Portugal, Spain, Wales, the US. We're everywhere. So it's not even a case of just booking 30 seats on the same flight. It was trying to weigh up which ones are going to go soonest. Obviously, the UK has the most people coming from lots of different teams. So it's trying to get all those ones secured first because they're going to sell out, and then kind of working down the list to figure out how I can get everybody into Madrid.
Have you ever had any situation like this before where when this kind of happened, you thought back to that situation being like, oh, I know how to fix at least A to ABC of this, but like XYZ I have to still figure out?
We probably had it earlier this year when we were in Saudi Arabia. There was then conflict going on nearby, so all the flights were getting cancelled. British Airways said they were no longer going to fly out of Doha, which is our route home from where we were. Previously, when I've been working on situations like this, we had it with COVID. The team had already flown out to an event and then they started shutting the borders. So then you had to work as quickly as possible to bring everyone home. So you kind of get used to the being, on the button, trying to get everything done quickly. I think working in the travel side of it, you do everything as much as you can in advance. You can never say what's going to go wrong nearer the time. You're always getting flights cancelled. Things change. People suddenly are unwell. They can't go to an event. You've then got to change things and go with it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And I think, do you think there was, particularly from this event that happened in Venice, do you think there was any key takeaways that you would now kind of learn from it, that moving forward, that these are kind of the ways I can work around it? These are, in essence, operational resilience side of things, where now you know that you can minimize the amount of time of disruption to make sure you're up and moving as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think because everything worked quite well, we now know that is the plan of it. Doing it the way we did was, weighing up where's going to have the least amount of flights available, the hotels. A lot of it you can't control. It's going to depend on city to city. If you're having to suddenly move to a new location, we go to some places that are really remote. We're not going to have the same facilities and options as we do with somewhere like Madrid. But you just have to, it's moving targets. You just have to go with it each time and weigh up your options as you get there before you do, and then move forward that way.